Welcome back to map number 3 between ToD and Grubby, and as previously mentioned, Secret Valley is going to be the deciding map between those two players. Of course, this is still part of the IEM Intel Friday night game Paris, and again Grubby, the Dutch Orc player, is this time spawning in the bottom left spawn position, altar first. And Burrow Barracks, yes, for Grubby is standard opening for him. And ToD, alright, ToD again going for the early lumber mill in this game. So even though Lost Temple worked out very nicely for him, he's switching back to what he did on Turtle Rock, which apparently he feels like is maybe the better approach when playing one base. I mean, he did it against Lake Tag as well, didn't he? The early lumber mill. I'm pretty sure he did. So altars are gonna finish AM. Just waiting for the farm to finish here. Against Blade Master this time. So Grubby, after losing on Lost Temple, is switching it up. Of course, the fountain has been abused by orcs on Secret Valley right from the get-go, especially with the Blade Master. And therefore, Grubby is probably gonna use him in this third game between himself and ToD, whereas ToD going for the early tower again, you know, just being prepared for the farce here. Of course, as well as the Blade Master, since the Arcane Tower is basically a necessity if the human is playing with an open base, which obviously he is, as there's a huge gap in between the altar and the town hall. Scout Peon of Grubby arrives. Gonna see the AM spawning in just a second. I'm assuming he's probably not gonna creep the big camp down here. Oh, he actually is doing that with 3 militia, a footman and an AM, and the Peon is blocking already, and the Blade Master is heading across the map. This could end horribly for ToD. Let's see. I'm assuming he's gonna get the Null Overseer, which is the creep he's taking first, and we'll see if he's gonna continue and try and take down the remaining creeps as well. The Water Metal is being taken down. The first Null Assassin is actually going to the human, but the Tome of Strength is going to the Blade Master. First militia has already fallen. Backstab is doing the last hit against the second Null, and let's see how many militia ToD is going to lose on the retreat. Grubby isn't really focusing perfectly so far. Second peasant is going down, and he doesn't have any more mana. If he goes in there, he's risking a lot. He's keeping the grunt at the entrance. He's trying to block his Blade Master out, but he's not successfully doing so. So this Blade Master is never going to be able to leave the space again. So he's going to have to try and deal as much damage he can before he's either forced to Town Portal or, you know, forced to let his Blade Master die. AM is just standing there in the gap between the altar and the town hall. The peasant wants to escape into the gold mine, and he's doing just that, but he's getting killed. Nevertheless, Blade Master is actually using the town portal. Shop is coming just now again, just building the shop after the tech. So I'm assuming the Blade Master is gonna want to head towards one of the fountains quickly right now. Let's just see if he's getting the boots first or if he's heading to the fountain immediately. Looks like he's heading to the fountain immediately. So it is going to be the AM who's going to secure the boots for himself. Of course, especially against the Blade Master, there's no way to play without the boots on the AM, basically. And therefore, he got them. He didn't sell the Ring of Protection. And he continues creeping, taking the next green camp. And he's going to get the AM to level 2 if he's able to finish the level 1 Null here. Oh, which he wasn't, I think. No, Grubby got the last hit actually, so no level 2 for the AM yet, which is quite bad because he definitely needs that aura. Grubby even gets the kill on another Water Elemental. Surround attempt onto the grunt. Is he able to keep it closed? It looks like he is going to do so. So grunt is probably gonna fall. The AM is gonna take a ton of damage in return though. I'm wondering if he could kill the barrel and then walk out. But yeah, the grunt is gonna fall. The Blade Master is coming in. Of course, there are no boots of speed for the Blade Master, so there's no way in hell he's gonna be able to chase down this AM. But he's done a lot of damage to him, so that's gonna take a lot out of ToD's momentum for now. But then again, ToD, so far we haven't seen him be super aggressive upon reaching tier 2. So since that's probably not his plan anyway, this trade seems to have been still worth it. Double Wc3 coming for Grubby this time. So maybe he's going the Electag route on this third map, since, you know, Electag with that stuff was able to take down ToD in a best of 3.
We're under attack.
So Blade Master just continues creeping. For the moment, the Ogre Magi is going to drop the Ring of Regeneration, which Grubby isn't going to be entirely satisfied with. Shadowhunter second, Wc3 is still coming, Berserker upgrade is in production. Next grunt here. Wanted to get to the fountain, I guess he will do so eventually. AM is finally reaching level 2. Then again, he reached it already when he killed the grunt, I'm assuming. But he get a bit more experience. Shop coming just now. And only one Arcane Sanctum so far. So yeah, ToD has taken a lot of damage economically. He was teching while the Blade Master was still in the back of his base. And we can clearly see him suffer from that right now. Just getting the second Arcane Sanctum right now. No power build again for him. So Grubby with a huge tech advantage here. He didn't really pick up on that while the players were both teching, but you know, once Grubby has the first, say, 3 raiders on the field and then snare, he's gonna have the perfect timing to fight, and ToD is definitely not gonna wanna get into his way at the moment, at least until the first couple of casters come out.
Job done.
Ogre Magi, let's see who is getting the kill. It's gonna be Grubby, since ToD is using the bolt to make sure to get the grunts around it, which he's very easily able to do. But in return, Focus Fire goes on the AM, Cloak of Shadows used immediately, but nighttime is about to end, so that's not gonna get him very far. Hex goes onto the Mountain King, and he's taking more and more damage, and this is the timing for Grubby I was talking about. Now he's got 2 raiders out, and he's gonna be able to snipe everything, because there are only footmen around for ToD as well as his heroes, obviously, and he's gonna be able to easily force the town portal here off this AM. And yeah, ToD is using that in time, at least getting his first hero out of that fight, but that was expensive for the human player, and he wasn't able to achieve anything here basically. I mean, yeah, he got the grunt killed, but not worth the trade at all. And the sorceress here, okay, he's realizing that she's moving out on the map freely. Mountain King is of course going to be back in just a second. Tome of Intelligence picked up by the Blade Master. Scroll of the Beast for him. Another, well, actually can be quite decent until ToD scattered Despair ready. So he's adding Wind Riders here, so he's gonna go hardcore on, I guess, hero and caster Focus Fire. And it looks like ToD is probably not gonna get the fight with this militia here. I mean, he's gonna get it, but the militia are gonna run out in just a second, and Grubby is just dancing around, waiting for that to happen. Shadowhunter gets the bolt here. The first 2 Wind Riders join the army right now, and yeah, he's going straight for the casters, which of course are super fragile against troops, super fragile against the sorceresses, against the Wind Riders and the Raiders. So all 3 of them are going down. The Wind Rider is going to be saved. Nevertheless, Grubby not lost a unit so far. Immo potion used by the AM immediately. He doesn't have a town portal, so this could potentially be the game-ending fight already if ToD doesn't get out of there in time. Now the Immo potion has ended. AM is getting to the shop though. Another caster has been sniped out. The first Wind Rider is finally dying. AM still has a little bit to go until he reaches level 3. Heal potion used right now. He didn't get a town portal at the shop, so this AM is down as he's been surrounded, as there are plenty of raiders still available. And so will the Mountain King, I'm assuming. There is no bolt available for him, no mana, and there are 3 raiders still. Next and snare going onto the Mountain King. Surround has been closed, and the Mountain King is gonna fall as well. So ToD completely falling apart in this fight. Grubby still at 49 supply. He barely lost anything in this fight, and now he's just going to go and snipe out the remaining units of ToD one by one. All of the raiders are being slowed, but he's finding the AM, and he's switching to him with everything. Hex is going onto the AM. Wind Rider focus, the Blade Master doesn't have any Windwalk remaining, but it's still enough to catch up level 3 for DM, but he's getting the next kill. And ToD is calling GG. Grubby wins the series with 2-1. Sorry about the start of that fight. I almost knocked over my microphone. But yeah, we still saw the majority of it. Grubby clearly dominating the third map here. ToD with a very bizarre opening. Why, if you go for such an economic opening with the late barracks, with the early lumber mill, why take such a risky creep camp in the beginning? I think he didn't scout, did he? So maybe he was just gambling and hoping for the Farseer again, in which case, you know, Grubby wouldn't have been there as quickly. But he's lost so many peasants early on. He forced the town portal in return. But still, it took him such a long time to get up to level 2, to get a bit of XP, to get his tier 2 buildings done once he was on tier 2. And I think after the way the early game went, when he took so much damage, I think it was pretty impatient by ToD to go for those early engagements again. I mean, Grubby playing with double beastry implies that that he wants to be aggressive anyway. So why force it if Grubby is going to come to you and force the fight eventually anyway? You know, why not fight with a shop in your bag, with militia who actually aren't out of duration all the time, and just with your arcane tower, etc. Because forcing those fights in the middle didn't gain anything for ToD. Then again, of course, if he lets Grubby expand on his early advantage, things might not get better as well, but still better than basically giving Grubby the fights at the perfect timing that Grubby, of course, naturally wants to initiate anyway. So therefore, ToD loses the third map here very, very clearly. Grubby right now having 9 points in Group C, just behind DD8, who he cannot surpass anymore thanks to the map difference of both of the players. And ToD with only 3 points, only able to beat Proteus so far. Of course, he's still gonna have to face Naps and on the last playdate DD8. So if he wins both of these matches, he can still you know, make it into the top 3, can even surpass Grubby. Grubby right now not certainly qualified for, or not certainly in the top 3, as both Electak and ToD can still surpass him, and DD8 will end up in front of him for sure. But of course, he's put himself in a pretty good position after this victory against ToD. So only one match is remaining in Group C on this playday, which is going to be between Electak and Proteus. And of course, if Electak can win that, then he's also going to put himself into a pretty good position, and is definitely going to put up a lot of pressure against ToD, who is not looking too great right now. So I hope you guys look forward to that next best of 3, and I hope you enjoyed this one. Leave a comment, subscribe, and give a thumbs up or 2 or 3 if you enjoyed it, and I'll see you soon. Bye.